Hello, my lovely, beautiful souls. I am hearing that you have unlocked something deeply profound within yourself. I'm hearing that you're ready. There's a big motorbike that just flew past my house. So that's a confirmation. You're unlocking something. You're ready for this next step of your journey. And I think it's funny because I had written this channeling that we're going to go through today. I'd written it weeks ago. Got this channeling weeks ago, and Spirit, as soon as I wrote it out, I was like, "Oh, this is great, Spirit. Like, love what you've got here. Let's go ahead and share this." And Spirit was like, "No, no, no. Now you get to put it away." I was seeing like Spirit kind of like patting my hand, like, "No, no, no. Put it away. Put it away." And I was like, "But why? Why am I putting it away? Why am I not sharing this? It doesn't make any sense, right?" And now I understand why I needed to put it away and why it was not time to share it, because this is a continuation of what we were talking about previously, right? So previously on, right? So there may be a message in the last couple of videos that I have dropped in there for you, because this feels like a continuation of that collective's energy. But there is a period happening for you right now where you're coming into full bloom acceptance of the self. You're becoming very self-aware because you have done so much internal healing, right? And so because of that internal healing that you've been doing, you've been becoming more emotionally aware of yourself, physically aware, spiritually aware, and you've been healing all of these layers to what makes up our entire us's. You know what I mean? Our entire we's. So that's what I'm getting here is it's like because you have been doing all of this emotional healing work, what you're coming into is a period of understanding within yourself that you have been a person who has carried so much with you throughout your life. I'm seeing someone with a huge big backpack, like those military backpacks, very, very heavy. And you've just been carrying that around all your life because you're like, well, this is what's expected of me. This is what I must do in order to be a good person, in order to be a responsible person of society, in order to make sure that I am doing things correctly. I need to carry around this weight. And I feel like that weight is compiled of different judgments that we have, on ourselves. Maybe it's conditioning from outside people and circumstances. Maybe it's also the expectations of other people. Did I already say projections? Anyway, it's a bunch of stuff, right? That you were carrying around, and you were believing that you needed to carry it around. And that's why it had so much power over you. That's why you were so tired all the time, is what I'm getting. I'm feeling someone just being tired for no reason and needing a lot of deep, deep, deep rest. And I'm getting someone sleeping but waking up feeling tired and not understanding why. And I think it's because you had to finally come to terms with the fact that it's because your soul needed rest, right? And you needed to allow yourself to collapse, is what I'm hearing. You know how stars are made by like energy collapsing in on itself? It's like that was you needing to be able to fold in on yourself and just allow yourself to drop everything that you and the rest of the world had put upon you, right? So I'm seeing that. And so this is coming from a period of you having realized what this backpack was and why is this here? Why am I carrying this backpack? Why do I even need it, right? And so you're just letting that go. And in doing so, I feel like you came out of the other side of that, a new person, and you weren't met with the energies you expected. You were still seeing reflections of your old self in your reality around you. And you're like, dude, what the heck? I did all of this work and I'm still seeing remnants of the past, right? Your external reality had not caught up with the internal work that you were doing. And this could be for an extended period is what I'm getting. So that's kind of, I think, why you were feeling a bit frustrated or at a loss is what I'm hearing. Like you weren't quite sure what to make of this. You were like, I'm hearing this doesn't compute. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah. So this doesn't compute, doesn't make sense. Why is my external reality not reflecting all of these internal changes that I made, right? I'm expecting, what's that word, Spirit? What is that word? What am I getting here? It's like fulfillment. I'm expecting a certain amount of fulfillment in what I do, how I lead my days, the people that I surround myself with, I'm expecting some sort of like goodness here that I'm not receiving, that I'm not getting, and I don't know why. And so I think that led to a little bit of resignation is what I'm hearing. So I'm seeing someone kind of just like throwing up their hands and being like, whatever. Okay, fine. And so being a little bit resigned to, okay, this is going to be my reality from here on out. And it's not necessarily going to include this deep fulfillment that I'm looking for, that I'm searching for. And that might have left you feeling a little bit like empty inside is what I'm hearing. It's just this kind of like, okay, fine. Like if I'm just going to experience this like shell of existence, then I'm going to make the best of it and it's going to be what it is, but I'm not fully going to put my heart into this life anymore. Does that make sense? I feel like this is very specific. So that's that's what I'm getting. And what I'm feeling with that is, what was that? Yeah. So it's like this feeling of like fulfillment, feeling full. And then you've come to a place. Okay, hold on. Spirit's saying, wind it back, right? So, you guys know in the TV shows where it's like when you're going back in time and it rewinds and you see them like going backwards in their movements. That's what I'm seeing. So Spirit's like, rewind it back. So to finish this thread that we were just on, this is like what I was getting earlier. I was doing another reading and I was like bunny hopping around different places and getting lost in these like threads and tendrils of thought. And I was like having to bring myself back. What is this energy? Okay. So to finish our original thought, Elizabeth, focus. Okay. So what I was saying was this is kind of like the universe's trick, so to speak. And I was thinking about it because there's a pack of coyotes that kind of live outside of my house. They have like there's a big bushel of bushes or whatever. And so a bushel of bushes. And so their babies, the mamas, they sleep elsewhere and the dads, they sleep elsewhere, but they have the babies in the little bush outside my window. So I get to hear them for better or for worse, right? Because sometimes they wake me up. But I was hearing them all throughout the night last night and they were just going on and on and on and on. And I was like, coyotes, what is this? So it was like spiritual meaning of coyotes. Enter it into the Google, capital T, the Google, right? And so hit enter and was learning about how anyway, so what I was getting was like this this way of the universe being able to play these jokes and just be like, hey, you thought that I was going this direction, but let's pull a fast one and actually I'm going in this direction. And I feel that the universe, God, Spirit, is very benevolent and has quite a sense of humor, if I do say so myself, when I just notice different things that God will reveal in my life, that Spirit will unveil to me, and I'll be like, wow, that's actually really funny. And they're like, yeah, see, huh? So what I'm getting, my friends, coming back to the point, you had resigned yourself to a certain level of living and you were like, okay, well, I'm not going to put my full heart into this. It's whatever. Like, I'm not saying, that there was anything really, like nefarious going on internally. Nefarious isn't the right word, but bad in terms of like not wanting to go on or, none of, those types of unaliving ourselves or anything like that. I'm not getting that type of energy, but there's a certain resignation for like, okay, I'm just not going to put my all into this existence anymore, into this life. It's just going to be what it is. And I'm just going to accept that. But that's the funny thing is once you accepted that, it's like Spirit is saying that was the trick that unlocked all of this. And I'm seeing somebody walk into a house and everyone is just yelling, surprise! Like it's this big surprise party. And you're like, oh, okay. And so that's what I'm getting here is it's like this big energy of feeling you were not going to receive the thing that you actually really wanted. And spirit just needed you to surrender and let go and release and accept. And once you entered into that energy, once you embodied that energy, spirit was able to be like, okay, let's unlock the floodgates and actually here you go. Like just like shoving all of this in your way, like take all of this is what I'm getting. I'm seeing like in poker, you know, with the green hats and the cigar smoke, I'm seeing like someone just shoving like poker chips over like, boom, there you go, kind of a thing. I think what's also funny is how there were frogs, and there are frogs still going crazy outside right now. And I was looking up, frogs are all about emotional renewal, emotional intuition, transformation, all of these beautiful things, right? And I feel like that's really been quite the journey for you, is because I feel like there's been an emotional closing up of the heart space, and slowly but surely you have been releasing that closure, that tenseness that you've had, that you've held within you, and you're opening that back up, which I think is the other piece of what's unlocking all of this beautiful richness to your existence. I'm getting like seeing colors in your days, like looking through life with like a kaleidoscope lens type of a thing is what I'm getting. How interesting. And being able to see these different, not just different colors, spirit saying, but these different shapes as well. And being able to see things in technicolor. So I think what's coming for you, my friend, is beautiful, like a beautiful existence. Just being able to fully relish in existing, relish in being. And I'm also getting like this like past of feeling like you've had to overgive or overextend in order to like hold. And it could be interesting, or not interesting, but it could be anything really. It could be interesting. So maybe in order to hold interest, that's interesting. Okay. So, but what I was saying before, overgiving and overextending in the sense of like, you know, time, money, energy, effort, really whatever you want to qualify this as, but there's been some type of overgiving, some type of overextending that you have done in your past like relationships with everybody is what I'm hearing, in order to like hold interest, in order to hold like gaze, attention is what I'm getting. Interesting. Yeah. And it's like, what is this? And what I'm getting is that's the other piece of what's unlocking for you now. And in you coming to this place of opening up to your whole self, meeting your whole self, witnessing your whole self, you're understanding that you are inherently worthy of acceptance, love, and belonging. Brene Brown, anyone? Hello. You are inherently worthy of acceptance, love, and belonging, or however she says that. Maybe I'm mixing up one of those words there. Because of not what you give or what you offer to others, but because of who you are, right? You are inherently worthy, not because of what you give or what you offer to others, but because of who you are, because of what energy you bring, right? And I can relate to pieces of this for sure. Like I'm right here with you. And I feel like this has been a journey for you to understand, okay, I don't have to overextend who I am in the name of being able to make something like happen is what I'm getting. Anything else, spirit? No. Okay. They're saying, put that to rest. Let's move on. Okay. So yes, that's what I'm getting for you, my friends, right now. What it's leading to is a beautiful next step for you. I am feeling a lot in terms of your future, and I want to get to that. But first, let's take a pause here. So that's the energy that you've been in. Here's what Spirit's promising you moving forward. We're going to get more into detail about that, but I want to read for you the channeling that came through. Again, this was weeks ago that this came through, and now Spirit is saying it is time to bring this through for you. This is part 2 to our conversation before, because of all of your beautiful healing work. So enjoy. This is called Meeting the Whole Self. Picture your soul as a house. All your life, you've been living out of the basement, and you've learned to tell yourself that this is enough. Enough space, a whole 800 square feet. Enough light. The windows were boarded up long ago, but the lamps, they do just fine. And certain hours you can see a yellow glow peeking through. Enough warmth. It's only truly freezing about a quarter of the year after all. And you do what you can to make it feel homey. A rug to keep your bare feet off the hard, uneven floor, string lights to take away some of the drab dampness, paintings you hang on the support beams that sit in the middle of the room. You can be happy here. You are happy here. You repeat to yourself over and over and over and over, as if by sheer repetition you can make it true. People come over and they say, wow, I love what you've done with the place. They live out of their basements too. Everyone around here does. It's how it's always been. We live underground, travel underground. Extravagant tunnels were built to keep us safe from the above. No one goes there, above ground. There's no need when everything we could ever want is down here. At least that's what they say. But you find yourself more and more looking up the stairs to the doorway that leads somewhere higher, somewhere beyond. And one day you climb the steps, you try the handle, only to find that it gives, and suddenly you're at the threshold, staring at a long, narrow space you've never seen before. A hallway. And it leads to a grand kitchen filled with all kinds of delicious food. There's a library with books on every subject you can imagine, a fireplace and the sunroom. Oh, you had never seen daylight, at least not directly. And at first your eyes hurt. They close at the intensity of what you've never before been exposed to. But it's warm. And the stained glass windows send out rainbow prisms that stretch all across the space, all over your skin. You've never felt awe before, but it feels so natural to your bones. It's like your soul was always made to appreciate these holy bridges to the mind of God. And instantly you realize you know this room. You know all of these rooms, and it's a wonder you could have forgotten them at all. These parts of you that have always been here just feet away, waiting for you to open the door and remember. Because there's not just an above, there's an outside too. Sprawling trees, animals, a river in sight. Why haven't we been told this exists? This exquisite, expansive world here for us, just above our ceilings. And as dusk tucks itself under the horizon and night settles in, looking out you see all the houses around you that are dark and vacant here above ground. Shadowed structures that melt into the dimness. So you go from room to room, turning on all of your lights until your whole house is glowing. A lone lit-up star glinting in the center of a residential cosmic void. You make yourself a tea, snuggle into a chair out back, and drink in, for the first time, the dark, speckled sky that yawns all around you. The neighbors see a faint light coming in through their boarded basement windows, and absently, they wonder if they've got the time wrong, and it's actually morning that's breaking. And then I have a little house that I did the little lights on. You see, boop, boop, boop. Adorable. Okay, so I, for sure, was getting this energy of feeling like, okay, this is what I was saying before. Spirit's bringing me back. So there was this feeling of having this emptiness inside of you, right? There was this feeling of having this emptiness. And it's like you were looking outside of it's like too much and not enough all at once is what I'm getting. Too much and not enough all at once. It's like you were feeling so much inside that there was a need to be able to numb, run, avoid, And yet there was pieces, like holes inside of you that you felt needed to be filled. And so it's like going externally for things to be able to like fill those voids within you is what I'm getting. And I'm hearing anymore that because you've opened up to this wholeness of yourself, you understand just how incredibly, like, the semblance of you is completely intact, like just as you are. There's no missing pieces. There's no missing parts to you. There are just undiscovered parts. Ooh, that's really good. That's really good. Yeah, that's really good. So yeah, there's not any missing pieces of you. There's just undiscovered parts. And so what you used to interpret as being empty space was really just space you had not yet explored. Right. And so that's, I think, what realization you're also coming to. I also was getting the message, and this is really good too. Spirit's really good. Like the bars with this one were just like boom, boom, boom kind of a thing. Spirit was saying you're now at a place where you're integrating, and the integration is coming in the form of embodiment. Right. And so it's like Spirit was showing me you mending these shoes of these different energies and you being able to make these shoes like brand spanking new. Right. I'm hearing James Dean, Papa's got a brand new bag. Except you've got brand new shoes. I'm hearing blue suede shoes too. That's really funny. So you're slipping into these new shoes and you're walking in them. You're embodying these new energies. And that is the integration that's happening as a result of the healing work that you have been doing. You've been healing, you've been discovering, uncovering, opening, exploring these different pieces of yourself. And now you're actually walking the walk. You're doing the do, my friend. And so because of that, what's happening is you're able to now actually not just logically understand that you are all you need and you are whole and enough within yourself, but you can fully realize that down to the depths of your heart and the depths of who you are. You understand and you know this, right? And so that's what leads to this, like, I'm hearing execution of codependence. There's an execution of codependence happening here. Okay. Because you understand that there's like this place of interdependence that you're coming to where you realize that you can be whole and enough and okay within yourself. And you're not expecting your happiness to come outside of you, from your friends or your family or any relationship that you have. You understand that you are responsible for your own happiness, but there's a way for you to be able, again, I'm getting this like community message. There's a way for you to be able to commune with others that makes everyone involved stronger and better is what I'm getting. This came out first, so we're going to take this first. So we have the 4 of Cups that we are getting. Okay. We also have the 9 of Wands. Yeah. Long journey, long journey. We also have the 6 of Wands. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, this is beautiful. I love this. This is good. This is good energy. Bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah. What else, Spirit? Thank you. We also have the High Priestess. Yes, you've gone within. You have gone within. You have really found so much of yourself. You understand. It's like, I'm hearing journey on. You're journeying on to higher ground. I'm hearing also drops of Jupiter. I'm hearing, what am I hearing? Tell me, did Venus blow your mind? Wasn't everything you wanted to find? And did you miss me while you were looking for yourself out there? Yeah. How does that song go? Tell me, did you fall off on a shooting star? One without a burning scar, and did you? Yeah, something. I don't know. There's something about that song coming through as well. So maybe you have felt, I'm hearing that's like you to you. You're here, you're telling yourself like, tell me. Yeah, tell me all about your adventures, self. What did you find when you were looking into who you really are, when you were exploring all of these parts of you? Right? And it was uncomfortable. Yeah, it was super uncomfortable. Yes, and I get that for sure. There's like this discomfort that comes with it. It's like sandpaper rubbing up against you. And it's quite, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. And it took a lot of courage, a lot of strength, a lot of bravery to be able to go that deep is what I'm hearing. I'm also having the moon right here, right? So things hidden that are revealed. You having to realize that you are your rescuer. Yeah. You are the rescuer for yourself. And there's like no one coming to save you. And that's something that you had to come to terms with, because I think there were relationships that it's like we wanted that in the past, right? It's like we wanted to be able to know that people were there to come and save us and rescue us. And it's funny because I've always been the exact opposite. So it's really funny, like channeling this. I've always been very independent to a fault, very stubborn to a fault. But this is not about me. So I'm hearing for you that it's like we were always coming from that place of like, okay, maybe if I just show how hurting I am, that's exactly how it came through, how hurting I am, how much in hurt I am. What is that, Spirit? Maybe if I show how much pain I'm in, like they will finally understand is what I'm hearing. Maybe if I do this, they'll finally understand and they'll realize and they'll come in and they'll be who I need them to be. That's what I'm getting here. But it's like you had to understand that you cannot change other people for them. They are who they are. And so this is, again, this accepting, this releasing, this letting go of knowing that we cannot change other people. They can just show us who they are in the moment and we can meet them where they're at. And it's like you be you, I'll be me, and together we'll be us sort of a thing. And that's, I think, the journey that you've come through and that you've had to realize that energy. Yeah. So it's definitely, it's been, wow, Ace of Wands. Yeah. So this is like big creation energy, manifestation energy, new beginnings for you. This is you, again, I keep getting this homecoming energy, you coming home to yourself, you understanding the whole of who you are, right? That's definitely like what I'm getting here. Spirit, what am I getting? Okay, I was like, what deck am I getting? What cards am I getting for us? You've had to understand that, hold on, I'm getting so much. There's so much happening. Release fear. Yeah, so there could have been, I'm getting less fear and more like anxiousness with this. There's been like some fear around having to go deep within yourself and like having to go through these depths of who you are. And there's been like some trepidation I'm getting around that because it's been like a lot. And you feel things to the bone is what I just heard. That's very specific. Yeah, you feel things to the bone, right? So really like hard. You feel things hard. And so because of that, it's almost like it scared, like the intensity of it scared other people away, and it almost scared you away as well, because you took on, again, those projections of other people. And you were like, well, if it's too much for this person, then it's obviously like too much in general. And so it shouldn't be like accepted or looked at within myself is what I'm hearing, right? So, there's definitely a lot of, again, self-acceptance that's come through, where you're understanding that you are who you are and you're not too much and you're just enough. Like you are Goldilocks, just enough. Like your tea is just the right temperature, okay? That's what I'm getting. Spirit, anything else from this deck, or should we move on? Nope. Okay, let's do the bottom of the deck, shall we? Learn from karma. Big karma. I'm getting past life karma as well. This has been something that's been like very soul deep for you in terms of you learning these lessons. Sticky energy is what I just heard. I'm seeing maple syrup, very interesting, on top of pancakes. So very sticky. Very sticky energy. That was coming through. From past lifetimes. And that's why it's been incredibly, I feel like that really wanted to come through. That's why it's been incredibly hard for you to just release this, because you're like, no, this has been, it's almost like you were clutching to that version of your identity because it had been with you for so long. You didn't realize just how long, but spanning lifetimes and I don't even know, millennia and millennia, right? Of just like so much effort that had been put into creating this false identity that you finally just released and let go of. And you were like, I refuse. I'm hearing Paramore. I refuse, I refuse, I refuse. Whoa, I never meant to break. Yeah. Something, something. I don't know. And then we have how do you say this? Raja Yogini. Goodness. We have transcending fear. Facing fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. So we have facing fear twice here. There was something about, and everything, when you really think about it, everything that is not love is fear. It is lack, right? And so you've learned that these energies don't serve you. And it's like a very like practical, like 1 + 1 = 2 type of a thing that I'm getting here. You realize that they really didn't serve you at all. Is what I'm getting. And so you were learning to be able to let them go. It's almost like I'm seeing you riding a tricycle and you like practicing feeling, practicing emotions is what I'm getting. And then now you're riding a bike, right? And I'm hearing that e-bike that we heard at the very start of the reading. It's like you're zooming, right? You don't just have a manual bicycle, you have an e-bike with an actual motor that's like propelling you so much faster than you could have done just by your own strength. And Spirit's giving you like this extra boost, I'm hearing, because you have met yourself so deeply. It's like not just meeting yourself, but communing with yourself, witnessing yourself. You've been able to sit with these pieces of who you are in such a beautiful way. And you've shown them love, and you've shown them understanding, and you've shown them empathy. And because of that, there's no longer that resistance. That's why I was getting, that's why I was getting that sandpaper energy earlier. It's like shadow work used to be very uncomfortable for you because you would always feel that sandpapery energy, and that was that resistance that was manifesting within you. But once you were able to meet these parts of you and sit with yourself, it's like they just needed to be accepted and understood, and heard. And once that energy was truly met, like you can't force that, you can't fake it. You have to fully like mean it with your whole heart. That needs to be like, I'm hearing heart posture. Like that needs to be the posture of what you come at that with, because it understands that frequency, that vibration. You can't fake it. And so once you fully like genuinely embodied that acceptance, that understanding, that loving energy, it released that resistance, and you were able to like, I'm seeing like, boom, I don't know what that is, but energy just like falling into place all of a sudden. That's what I'm getting. We're also seeing Kuthumi, initiatory experience. Your current situation is initiating your gifts. Interesting. Maybe we can do a reading on what spiritual gifts are opening up for you as well at this time because of this. We have Hathor, light activation, acceleration, brilliance. Stand in your light. Yes. And then we have Lady Portia, overcoming limitations, karmic release, let go of the need to be right. This could have been something in your energy from the past as well, is like needing to be able to like perform and have others see you in a certain light, in a certain way, so that you can be seen as like competent is what I'm getting. Interesting. Why am I hearing competent? I don't know why I'm hearing competent, but that's what I'm getting. So in order for you to be seen in a certain way, it's like you wanted to control how others perceived like you and how you were in the world. And so because of this, it led to this very like black and white. I'm hearing like, this is right, this is wrong, this is yes, this is no. And now you're seeing that there's actually quite a large scale of color. Like there's this color spectrum, there's these shades of gray that you're uncovering. And it's like, yeah, that's what I was getting before with the kaleidoscope, like being able to see in different colors and different shapes, like understanding that not everything is just clearly binary is what I'm hearing. It's not just a one or kind of a thing. It's a yes and boom, 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 boom. It's like you're a prism. It's like you, yes. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. It's like because you have opened up to all of these pieces of yourself, it's like you have become aware of, you're like a big diamond, and you're like twinkling in the light as someone turns your diamond self around, and you're seeing all of these refracting lights. And because you're seeing that within yourself, you're seeing that in the world as well, and understanding that things are not always just yes and no. It's like there are so many shades of gray. There are so many different spectrums of colors that can exist within energies and situations and people, and it's not always just a cut and dry situation. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's for sure what is coming through right there. That's good. That is good. Okay, so maybe just one more little energy. Thank you. Wow. Oh, geez Louise. What is this reading? Oh no. This is happening so fast. What is going on? Okay, we have nurturing coming through here. I'm not taking reversals in these because this is happiness coming through for you. Beautiful. We also have, oh my gosh, so much. I'm not taking reversals, Spirit, so we're just gonna, so we have truth. You're seeing the truth of this situation, of everything. What is, it's not perfect, but it's whatever. Boundaries. Yes. Learning to set boundaries with yourself and other people. Daydream, learning how to dream again, learning how to be in that childlike, beautiful energy again. And then freedom. I'm hearing Beyonce, freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, come loose. Freedom, freedom, where are you? Yeah, and then we have hobby at the very bottom. Yes, exactly. So learn to do something for yourself. Learn to, I'm hearing like you need to experience in this new expanded version of yourself. Like you are expanded into a whole new frequency, into a fuller soul expression of who you are. And so because of that, you need to be able to understand, like, what does this version of you like? What do you not like? Like treat these questions to yourself as if you were just meeting yourself for the first time, because you kind of are, as you're meeting like this whole multidimensional like spectrum of yourself. It needs to be met with a certain like honoring is what I'm hearing. So I'm gonna leave this here. This went on far longer than I intended, my friends, but I'm not gonna worry about time because there is no time when you're with Spirit, and Spirit's in charge of this ultimately. So anyway, thank you so much for being such a special gift to this world. Thank you for allowing me to sit with your energy. It was such an honor, and it was truly an experience getting to sit with your energy, can I just say. I love it. And so hopefully this helps just a little bit as we continue to walk each other back home to ourselves. So I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.